Hello, Duke Ike Brander here. This video is going to be kata describing how to use a longsword back edge cut against a right-handed sword and shield fighter. So first I'm going to show how to execute the back edge cut. So when I talk about a back edge cut, it's pretty obvious when I have my right hand high, left hand low, and with my right hand high the way I'm gripping, the front leading knuckles are in line with the edge of the sword, the front edge of that sword. Right here, this edge, okay? So therefore the back edge is the opposite edge. It's the edge that the quillin is closest to the back of my hand and up towards the line of my forearm, as opposed to out in front, okay? That's back edge. So fundamentally, the back edge cut, the easiest way to show it is come up to a block and then that snap occurs. See how it's hitting? I'd be hitting on that back edge right there. See how the power is not only the body, but more so that reverse snap. So instead of it being a standard snap, like that, where that leading edge is cutting into something, it's the back edge. So it's that reverse snap, okay? Right there, all right? So the target against the right-handed sword and shield fighter is the body, the right side of their body, hip, upper leg, depending on what you're trying to do. Because it's a two-handed weapon, I normally go for the hip because it's harder to block than the body, but it's still a kill. So it looks up like that. Okay? So if I go to my tan longsword, okay? Alright, so it hits a lot of authority as well, if you do it right. So the katas are all designed to utilize that cut on that side of our opponent's body, and so I'm just going to show three variations. The first one is going to be, and I'm going to show being close to the pel to start to emulate my opponent's trying to chase me down. So he's close enough to swing at me with his broadsword. So I come up and I make a block, and then as I step back with that front leg, I strike back edge while I do two passing steps. First one on the cut, the second one on that quick back to guard, that if they made the block, they're still on you, you've made that return cut as well. Block, that return block as well, okay? So again, block, here, block, the guard. This guard is a nice plow guard. It's coming in here, see how that transitions from the cut, that body turn, right back up to that nice flat block. Boom, right here. Could be anywhere on that side. Okay? So another variation is just going to be where as soon as they start coming at me, I'm going to use a void or a moving out of range step to basically keep from getting hit. So they're going to swing by while I'm stepping out and hitting in that same target zone with that back edge. Okay? So again, right. So I'm relying on my timing and my movement to range out with that passing step back to just avoid that shorter range broadsword cut as I'm using the longer range. And also that cut generally is going to be a nice extended range cut. See how far out my extension is? I'm not doing this, I'm not tucking it in. It's here. Okay? And then another version would be, I'm going to start right foot forward instead of left foot forward as in the last two kata. And so I'm going to be in plow on this side, or maybe hubris. You'd be in mid-guard as well. But in this case, I'm going to be in a nice plow, left side plow, right foot forward. And as they cut, I'm stepping offline to my left with my left foot, make the block, and I can make the glide block if possible. But it's a very dynamic, simultaneous movement. It's got to be here, package, and out. So see how much movement there is in that one? The idea also is that if I start with my right leg forward, as I step, I get more of an angle to get that cut against my opponent's right side, because that's their sword side, so it's their open side. So if I'm here, I can step back, right, and get a little more of that angle. That's what I wanted to show today and discuss, is that longsword back edge cut in that very dynamic, movement-driven back edge cutting technique ideas. Thanks a lot.